So we're going to drop into a hybrid practice around being with our bodies and working with our bodies so that we can really become friends. It's all about friendliness today. We'll keep it really simple. And I'm going to warmly encourage you to meet the parts that maybe there's a little judgment. I know there's certainly a lot of judgment in our Western culture about having a tummy that's not completely flat, for example, and my belly is not completely flat. And so instantly there's that judgment that may show up in the mind. So we're going to give the mind a big kiss, and we're also going to work with whatever shows up. Look at that, there's resistance to this part, and there's maybe delight. My granddad told me when I was quite young that I had feet just like his, and he thought his feet were very beautiful. And it's interesting the messages we receive, isn't it? So I can thoroughly enjoy my little toes and my little feet, and I don't have any resistance to the fact that lots of people in the past have teased me that I have very little feet for my size, my height. So, but because I had that lovely invitation, oh, aren't my feet gorgeous? My granddad used to say. It's like, they are, granddad, they're lovely. So let's bring that real appreciation and friendliness to our practice today. A little bit of innocence as we drop in. So let's settle in. And remembering that there is no correct way to practice. This is your practice. This is your sacred time. This is your relationship with your mind, body, and heart. This is your opportunity to soften around any edges. This is your opportunity to practice in a manner that feels really wholesome for you. And so as I begin settling, my breath always wants to deepen, so really listening to your body. Enjoying some deeper breaths if that feels good. Ensuring your body feels supported in a posture that feels full of ease and good comfort. Resting your hands and feet where there is less need for any holding or tension. And simply enjoying the breath. As you allow all parts of you to relax and rest, bringing stillness to the body, inviting the mind to join that stillness as best you can. And with a wide open, broad lens, let's begin our friendly practice, appreciating our whole body, For we are many parts made into this whole. Fully human. Mind, body, heart. And as we soften and settle, maybe in your mind's eye, wrapping your entire body in compassion. Feeling the warmth and friendliness that arises from your tender heart. For as we practice self-compassion, we recognize the imperfections of being fully human and being in this extraordinary form of the body. Now remembering, if you want to keep your practice your own, simply resting in your own beautiful awareness. If you'd like to join me, I'll guide you in a little appreciative practice for this form. So we're bringing our gratitude lens inward, fine-tuning our focus towards top of our head. Let's start there. Drawing our attention down into our head. And our head is host to some extraordinary gifts. Our ability to see, our ability to hear, our ability to smell and to taste. All these senses residing in our head. And I invite you to spend a while resting here, noticing if there was any tightening when I mentioned any of those senses, those parts. As soon as I mentioned my beautiful eyes, I noticed that there was a whisper of judgment. Well, I need glasses now. I wonder, can we embrace each part of ourselves just as they are? And if it's difficult, offering yourself compassion, and if there's appreciation and friendliness, then savoring this. I'm so grateful for my sparkling eyes. I'm so grateful that I can see with my glasses. And I'll let you just spend some time soaking and savoring. Appreciating and befriending the extraordinary aspects of our body. And as you pay a visit to your eyes, ears, mouth, nose, offering gratitude for the sensations, experience of these senses. And so with this warmth and friendliness now, drawing your attention down your body. Traveling down your throat, giving a gentle appreciative nod for the ability to swallow. Traveling gently down into your shoulders. Down through your arms, those amazing joints, into the hands that are so willing to help. Offering appreciation, maybe even delight and gratitude for everything your hands do. Then traveling gently back up your arms, down into your chest, where so much magic, extraordinary activity occurs. Your heart, your lungs, your ribs, and there may be an instinctive desire to have a deep breath or a gentle sigh as you acknowledge these extraordinary lungs, the ribs that protect those lungs, and the heart that keeps on beating. Without you having to think or do anything. How miraculous is that? And if you notice there's any resistance, simply pause if you're comfortable to and be with this resistance. And just by resting here with a compassionate lens, maybe the resistance, the judgment will gently melt away. And in your own time, in your own way, allow your awareness to travel through your torso, giving an honoring bow to your spine, to your spinal cord, to all the other organs within your body, working as best they can to keep you well.
And then drawing your attention down into the hips, down into the tailbone, perhaps noticing that incredible sacrum holding the lower body together, and traveling down your legs. Into the knee joint, down into the lower leg, ankles, feet, right down to the tip of your toes. And you may like the breath to move with you, travel all the way down to the soles of your feet. Resting at any point, any place. Where you'd like to honor, appreciate, or maybe begin making friends if there has been judgment in the past. It may be a simple gesture of offering a smile, that warm friendliness that exudes from a smile. And sending it where you most need to go. And if you notice there is a part that really needs some extra care and attention, then return there. Rest there, offering your support, maybe a friendly word, maybe some soothing touch. Coming home to your precious body. Coming home. Feeling yourself being held. And at the same time, offering your compassionate holding and appreciation. And if it's difficult being in your body, focusing on parts that maybe disappoint or cause struggle, Then turning up the volume on your compassionate voice, pouring compassion into those parts that are suffering, pouring compassion into any parts that resist. Allowing your humanness to be fully embraced. And then gently rest once again. If there were no critical thoughts arising about your body, I wonder how delightful it would be to be fully embodied. To move or be still. To be active or to rest. To dress or undress. Embracing your whole body now with friendliness, kindness, appreciation for your body being your body. Maybe a great lifelong teacher. Uniquely yours. And just resting in this beautiful little poem now. I am soft in more ways than one. And there is no shame in the quiet revolution that comes from letting yourself settle in your own skin and saying, this is not a place I've always loved, but I'm learning and I'm trying. Peace. And so, with this fully human, friendly approach, let's draw our practice to a gentle close now. Thanking all parts of yourself. Enjoying a gentle breath. And maybe a lovely stretch as you return to the group. Having a lovely yawn, a wiggle, maybe opening the eyes when you're ready.